Hi, it's Ramsey Dewey with the JX Fight Club, and today we're going to try out another self-defense video by Gabrielle Rubin about how to escape from a mount position. Miss Rubin's advice is quite a bit different than what I personally train in. Just because it's different than what I teach, that doesn't mean I'm going to dismiss it and say it's no good. We believe in being pragmatic around here and trying stuff out to find out exactly how it works. That's exactly what we're going to do.
Probably the scariest thing that people have asked me about is if someone straddled you and they have you and your hands are back over your head. People are petrified of the ground. I actually think the ground is one of the safest places to be, because our legs are longer and stronger, and it's an awkward position for a bad guy to come down. Probably the scariest thing that people have asked me about is if someone has you and they've straddled you and they have you and your hands are back over your head. You're still not without something to do. You want to still move your hips. Our hips are bony, and imagine what their most vulnerable thing is that's right there and it's open. So if you can manage to just wiggle your hips a little bit, you're probably going to throw them off balance. All you need them to do is get off balance by one hand and you've got a strike.
When I first watched this video, I thought that Miss Rubin was saying that you need to hit your opponent in the groin using your hip bones when they've mounted you, and that's not physically possible, so I watched it again just to make sure I didn't miss anything, and that's not actually what she was saying. She was indicating that we need to move our hips in order to unbalance our opponent. Okay? You know, that makes sense. That is based on a solid principle of bridging and rolling, but that's not what she taught. Let's find out what she taught actually does.
Rubin's version goes, so our opponent is mounted us. He's pinned our hands to the floor, and supposedly he's bigger and stronger, and so, we're not going to be able to arm wrestle these away. Now, in theory, she says we can wiggle our hips, and that's going to free one of his hands. Play along, man. Get that hand on the mat.
So clearly wiggling my hips around did absolutely nothing to free my hands, so we're going to still practice the second part of the technique under the assumption that my opponent has released one of my hands, so I now have a free hand to strike, and we'll find out exactly what that strike does from the bottom to somebody who's mounting me from the top.
This was a bad idea.